Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Almost forgot my name for a second, but I'm Malaceo, and for this video I think it's best for me to start, I guess, doing a countdown for everybody, including myself, because it's so surreal that I will be leaving potentially in the next 90 days. So I wanted to go through pretty much all the packing, go more in detail with, I guess, like my business, because like not everybody's going to be doing interior design. And sorry, I don't have my headphones or like microphone or whatever. They're charging right now, but I still wanted to get the information out. But talking about hair, health, and also resources that I've gotten, especially in the last, I guess, year from my own research, and then also attending the Exodus Summit that happened this past October. So with the 90 days, I wanted to sort of recap at least once a week and sort of tell you guys or explain to you guys like what I'm doing, where my headspace is at, what I'm looking into and stuff like that. But as of right now, I want to summarize sort of like what I already have accomplished. Because one thing about the Exodus Summit, it didn't necessarily give me information that I didn't know. Like it did, but not to the extent of someone that's completely starting off from scratch. I did so much research beforehand that it really made me feel good about, okay, I can leave, I can make it, I can do it, and I have a lot less to worry about than what I thought. So, one thing I've already done, I renewed my passport. Jesus Christ. I renewed my passport. So that is done. All of my overall paperwork, debt, I already significantly cut down my bills. There's only certain little things that I pay for. Like now I pay for some of the bills at the place I live at now, and I also, you know, groceries and subscriptions and stuff like that. So before I actually leave, I literally have like every single thing that I'm going to go through, and I'm going to cut my bills down. So even with selling my car, for example, that was obviously a major bill, and I needed to make that sacrifice, even though like it did hurt, but I knew that I needed to do it. And I didn't want to wait to the last minute because I don't want anything to stop me from leaving. You know, I have to, you know, I got my plane ticket paid for, and then, you know, I don't sell the car or something falls through at the last minute. I didn't want that. So, and then you also save more money that way. So my recommendation, if you can, especially if you have like a house or something, figure out what you're going to do with that house. I was in an apartment before this. So that's not really, I can't like give you like expertise about that. Like, is that weird? Like when your hands do that? Is that? Anyway, but so I was trying to also like, okay, so paying for subscriptions in my car, and even subscriptions for my car, or anything that had to do with like automatic payment. It's not like I couldn't afford it, but now that I cut down everything significantly, and I'm trying to hone down a little bit more now, because I have a lot of yearly subscriptions that come out in December, but I cut everything down from like all of my bills from like $1,500 to I want to say $700 or so, maybe $1,000 at the most. And like that's the very most, like with the subscription and everything. So it's like $600. That's a big cut. And like I said, it wasn't just my car. Like I paid off my phone. I got a different phone service. I went through Google Fi to make sure that the phone service works at least here. So when I do go somewhere else, like, yeah, it is more expensive than just getting a SIM card or something like that. But in my defense, and being solo and being woman, as soon as I get off that plane, I want my phone to work. Because what if I come in extra late and that person's on a break and I gotta go on my train? Like, that's just like how my brain is. I need something consistent. I also have my portable internet, like worldwide, so you can easily, like, you know, get a subscription and upload it. It gives you like I think like 1 gigabyte free every month, so just in case I needed it and I needed to do what I needed to do. So, but I will be looking for places that obviously has internet, so because I will be working and getting some of my stuff together. So let me think, what else? Towards the end of this year, and I do suggest this for anybody that's leaving for extended period of time, one, to like call the bank and be like, hey, I lost all my credit cards, so you can get all new credit cards, and to let them know that you will be traveling and that you'll be leaving, because you would want all, you don't want to be somewhere and then the next year, especially if you're going to be gone for a long period of time, like some years, like I'm planning to, I don't want to have to come back or try to get my stuff, my cards and stuff mailed out. Also, if you do subscriptions and stuff like I did, every now and again, you might miss some things and your card gets charged for a service that you're not using anymore. So what helps me not have to deal with that is obviously getting a new card, up, you know, the new date and stuff, a new expiration date, all of that. So those charges don't keep on coming through, or a pop-up charge doesn't happen. Another thing, and this is specifically for people who are veterans, I have Navy Federal, so I don't necessarily have to worry about overdraft fees and like all the fees and stuff like that. But I do think it is very wise to have, like, they call it a prepaid card, where you can put money on the card, but it's not necessarily directly attached to your bank account. So you can either use that, or personally for me, I rather, because I might be using a debit card or anything like that to pay for an apartment, you know, monthly or whatever like that. So I'm more towards leaning to get like just another account with a debit card. So when I do go somewhere and I pay, I can always put that card or freeze that card, so no extra money comes out of that card without me having to be like, okay, what is this? And, you know, check it out. Even if I use it at the ATM or whatever. As soon as I use it, for example, if I'm like touchdown in Thailand and I need some cash, use it at the ATM. And I feel like it gives you a little bit more flexibility to use it at, you know, I don't say just go on the side of the road anywhere, but, you know, you could be in a place where you feel like it's a little bit more sketchy or whatever. At least it helps you, you use the ATM and then you get your money, and right after that, freeze the card. What else have I already done? Well, I can talk about the hair. So I got my hair locked. I've been locked for a little bit over a year now. I have like 450-ish locks. I have practiced. I know how to use it with like my phone and my mirroring with my MacBook. So with that, I can do my hair and look at the back of my head without having more than one mirror. So I can use my tech and the stuff, like multi-use for the stuff as much as possible. Because I don't know, do I like to challenge myself? Maybe, but I wanted to pretty much have like a carry-on book bag slash rolling suitcase and then an actual personal bag. And I also think pretty much when you're working with your hair, especially for Black women, I personally feel like, especially, well, I'm not going to even say especially being in warm places, because like not everybody sweats, you know, the same, but I do sweat a lot. And I want to swim wherever I go. I want the versatility to be able to swim. But it just depends on your personality. Like for me, I never, like, you know, I had the extensions. The only time I had extensions was like for like cornrows and stuff like that. Like far as like, I think the only time I wore a wig was like one of those short pixie cuts. And that's like when I was staying in Philly for a little bit. And I just felt like it was, I pretty much wore it like a hat. It was like cute little short pixie cut or whatever, something a little bit different. But like far as like wearing it, I like only wore it like maybe like 5 different times, because it was just so freaking cold. And the place that I was working at, they did not allow hats. So I was like, that's what I did. But far as like carrying like the wigs and stuff with you, the hair, like the hair dryers and stuff, like it's a lot. So especially when you need the conditioner and stuff like that for, you know, the natural girlies, because before I had my hair locked, I was natural for about 10 years. Yeah. The detangling process is like a whole thing. So you have to understand and minimize your hair care. And also don't limit yourself. Like, I don't want you guys to go somewhere and you can enjoy something because of your hair. Like, there's just certain things that you just miss out on. And I don't want you guys to go through that, to be honest. Like, I really don't. It's almost like, you know, like even when I was younger and when my hair was permed, and it just could be like me because I was, you know, always more on like, I guess like the natural side as far as like internally. But my mom was like, oh no, you're going to put that creamy crack in your hair and blah, blah, blah. And after you use it, you got to keep on using it. But regardless, like my hair still flourished and stuff like that. It's not like I had like, you know, like the breakage and stuff like that. But I didn't like that I had to not go out into the rain, or I had to wait till my dad had to bring the car and stuff like that. I just wanted, especially like as a teenager, and you wanted to sort of like spread your wings and like, you know, be out and about. But it just got so much. Like it was like, to me, it was so much. And it was such a big headache. And I'm like, I don't want to worry about my hair texture growing in and then having to cover that up. Personally, for me. I'm going to make more videos in detail about just hair care, the bar options for hair care, because even like having like soaps and like toothpaste, like for traveling, there's a lot of solid slash bar options. Like even when you go to Lush and places like that, they have like the lotion bars. I also have like the bar that's the soap overall, face cleanser that's in the form of a bar, even like hair conditioner that's in the form of a bar. So you don't have to worry about like liquids and stuff like that but bursting in your suitcase. So there's a lot of little things to like tweak and work out, and it really do depend on like where you're going. Because I feel like I was in, like I said, I was in the service, the Navy, and I had liberty in places like in like Southeast Asia and stuff like that. And it's just a tone of just being so laid back, and it's sort of like, it's not weird, but it's like when people are so removed from like, I guess like your race. For example, if you're like in Malaysia, majority of the population, they're not black by any means. But like your hair texture and stuff like that, like I feel like when you're around other black people, I don't want to call it judgment, but this, we know our hair and what is, I guess, I don't want to say groomed, because like sometimes people wear short afro and people say that that's not groomed. Okay, I'm gonna speak for me. I feel like having your afro out, having your short afro, having your hair naturally grow out your head the way that it is, I prefer it. I never had any problems with it. But that might not necessarily be your truth. So I'm trying to give as much of a wide range of information as I can without having the experience of the weaves and the wigs and pretty much anything that's not natural, essentially. Like I said, like the most I've done is like the perms, and that was like when I was a kid. By the time I left and I went into service when I was 17, I cut all that off. So like most of my, actually my entire adult life, wait, I've been natural more than 10 years then. Anywho, there's a lot to go into it, but I'm gonna have to like write some more things down, because like I said, like I don't want anybody to feel pressured into it, but I feel like you want to travel light, especially if you're bopping around. For me personally, I will be bopping around, but it will be like a slow bop from country to country, city to city, because I will be, you know, working and stuff like that. But also, most likely in May for my birthday, I'm planning on having a sabbatical where I'm not working, and I want to not work from a minimum of 3 months to the max a year. I will still be doing things, but as far as being on call, people making appointments for me to design and stuff like that, it just depends, like I said in my other video, about just some of the little tweaks or whatever with like finances and stuff like that. Because January for me, I will be doing my taxes. I will get as much information as I need on how I need to organize my taxes and how I need to do everything before I leave, so I can start off on a good note. And also going into investments and life insurance, all that stuff, because then I will be completely self-employed. With that, I should have, also another thing, savings. Big thing. But the thing with my investments, I'm not necessarily, all of my savings is, all of my savings is pretty much, I guess, just what it is, until I need it. So for example, most of the places I'll be at other than Japan, you know, no place I should be staying at before I go to Japan should be more than at the around like $1,000 or so a month. And that's just like life expenses, because I'm not sure if I'm going to Chiang Mai, Thailand first, or if I'm going to Malaysia, because I need to spiritually, for me, it's not the sabbatical part, like I still will be working, but to be able to get away, relax, detox, get back to yoga, Pilates and stuff like that. Just have time to sort of just like walk around. Like my work will be cut like very minimum, maybe 2 clients every week. But even with that, you know, and I would say that, you know, at the most at that time, you know, spending like maybe $1,000 a month. I'm sorry, doing the math in my head. It will be in between $500 coming out of my savings and me making that $500, because I do have a YouTube video that's already monetized, and I already have like, you know, like other money coming from different funnels. So with my overall savings, because I want my flat out savings to be $20,000 before I leave. Like when I'm on that plane, I open up my savings and it says $20,000. I'm not gonna lie, like that's pretty. In the time I was able to save that money, and then I also paid off the remaining balance of my car, because I did get a brand new car. And don't even do that. I got a brand new car because I really did believe I was going to have this car for the long haul. I thought I was going to have Vegas for like my kids and like hand it down to like my daughter and stuff like that. Like that's what I thought. Like that was my dream car. I could afford it. That wasn't the problem. But don't be judging me about getting a new car, because they did not have that car in the color, and it did not have the speaker system, and it didn't have the accessories package that I wanted with the turbo, okay? So don't judge me. Anywho, so saving that and getting everything together, I feel like I will be in a good space. So you imagine, even if you're making, I would have to say like $600-700 a month. You know how little you're working if you're making $600-700 a month, and you're spending $500 because I want to put the other back with like taxes and stuff like that. So you have $500, and then from your savings, $500. Let me actually see how much that's stretched. Because, see. So I'll just say out of my savings, $500 a month. That's $6,000 coming out of my savings potentially every month. Yeah. So I'll have still like 14,000 essentially. Like I know it's going to probably be like less than that, or maybe more. It just depends. Because like I said, I still have another like stream of income that should be coming in. Well, that I know it's going to be coming in, but I'm not necessarily sure how much it is. So I just take that out of the equation. And with the Exodus Summit, it helped me figure out how much I was going to be paying pretty much per month, especially in certain areas. And then also with house sitting, You know, you pretty much house sitting, if you don't know what that is that you can go to someone's house and watch their pets. What type of pet? It's anything from a reptile to a horses and goats, a whole farm, to a pet goldfish, and anything in between. But people let you stay at their house for free while you pretty much like, you know, take care of their pets. So there's also that option. So I haven't registered for it yet. I was going to do it at the like maybe the end of this year, because I don't want, because it's like the whole situation with like my full-time job, and I'm like, dude, like, am I gonna try to get up and go somewhere else and stay somewhere else and try to work from home? And cause like I said, I've been lying my ass off about I said that like I had this whole thing about a recall for my car, because people keep on asking like, oh my God, where's your car? Where's your car? I didn't see your car in the parking lot. And it's not like, I guess, being nosy and stuff like that, but I mean, like, Vegas was beautiful. So of course I expect for people to ask about it. Okay. I'm not going to even front. But I just feel like I'm so tired of lying. And I don't care. I don't care. Ready to go. So, like I said, with this 90 days, getting myself right, getting my mind right. Like I said, I have my list. And even with my list, I will put my list in particular videos where I feel like it'll make more sense. So for example, I have a whole series about packing, and girl, like, it is going to be a feat to, cause like I feel like I'm a minimalist, but to minimalize everything to the point where your whole life, like, I mean, my whole life was fit in a sea bag, but a sea bag is vastly larger than a carry-on. So I will accept that challenge. And I will go through like every little thing. Cause I think, okay, so here's where I'm coming from in my head. So I was going to have a overall, I'm minimalizing everything. This is the stuff that I'm throwing out. This is the stuff I'm getting rid of video. And you guys are going to, like, if you wanted to, I might make it live, but just so people can see it. And from that, I will be like, okay, this is why I'm choosing, for example, like, I do have Birkenstocks, but I will be getting rubber Birkenstocks. So I'll go over shoes in one video, or footwear in one video. I will be going over outerwear, like hoodies, raincoats, rain jackets, packable raincoats, rain jackets, and stuff like that. I will be going over, obviously, a hair. I will be going over body care items, so we can talk about the list of like bars and stuff like that I am using now, so I can give you guys an honest explanation of what I'm using and why I use it. Because I think it's important to also have something that you can get almost anywhere. Because just a tidbit I was thinking about, because I was just using African black soap for everything, but in my research, there's another type of soap that pretty much, like, they sell that stuff like worldwide. It's like the 18-in-1, I think, like Dr. Bronner's or something like that. But yeah. Also, overall like clothing, undergarments and stuff like that, stuff for like your cycle, and stuff for like washing your clothes and stuff like that. So pretty much the bigger chunks of like what you would need, especially for like living out of your suitcase. And then my last one was going to be tech, because I do want to do some type of photography, but I don't think I'm a photographer, because I mean, obviously I'm not now, but the type of digital art that I wanted to do, like, you know, during my sabbatical, that's something that I will be working on to hone my skills, to teach myself how to use Blender and other things of that nature, because I do have a lot of like just ideas in my head, and I need to hone my skills, because I looked for if anybody's doing anything similar, but far as I've seen, there's not necessarily that many people that does what I have in my mind, even close. And I don't want to say it here because I don't want to bring, I'm not saying you guys are negative, but it's always that one person. And girl, I have, you know, you have people that from your life or whatever that always tries to check in or worry about you. Whatever. I digress. I just wanted to be able to fully be creative. So I would have time to hone in on my skill where I can feel comfortable, where the creativity is flowing, because you need the skills, and the better you are with your skills, the more easy it is for your creativity to flow. So with the tech, they do have lenses that you can put on your iPhone, and from what I've seen, like it's pretty nice. And I do want to take original photography. Like I do want to dip and dabble a little bit in architectural photography, interior photography. I mean, I am an interior designer. But like I said in my first video, I believe, did I say that in my first video? Whatever, I'll just reiterate it, but at another time, that I'm trying to do my interior design business, but I do not want it to be as hands-on as traditional interior design. So those are just like some of the caps of like where I'm at, far as like, you know, far as my business and where I'm going to in the future. But I will be giving you guys an update at least once a week, and I will also be going over some of the stuff in the past year that got me to this situation, because I feel like, you know, I want it to be more fresh in my head. So like I said, like I hope you guys like the information. Like I know that I haven't been, like, I'm going to be honest, like I'm not going to be editing these videos like that. The sound quality isn't going to be the best. I'm just trying to get this information out to y'all. Like I said, I'm doing contracting work. I'm working a regular 9-to-5. I have this channel that I just started, and I have 2 other channels and my website and blogs and other stuff like that that I'm working with. So please bear with me. Maybe one day I could have like a OG party and we could talk about the videos with the orange wall in the background. And I don't know, like I think it would just be nice to have like some type of overall community, because I feel like it's important for people to see us, and like the other women that inspired me and stuff like that. I looked and there wasn't really any videos on the day-to-day process, like them getting ready to go. And I see why, because it's a lot. So you can take these videos unedited, no music, no background, no nothing, no makeup, no nothing, in my onesie, auntie. And I'm just saying, just bear with me. We're gonna get through this. And like and subscribe to the channel. And what else? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep on talking. It's just start posting these videos and getting everything out, because it's 90 days. That's 3 months. Like I said, even if I physically don't leave, to be out of here, to have the ticket. Like, I feel like I'm about to freaking cry just to have it, like, because I always wanted to travel. So hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully it makes you feel like there's another way, there's an avenue there. You can do it too. Girl, there's something out there. If you want to do it, then do it. Just plan and follow through with your plan. And, you know, it'll be cool. Like, someone see my video though. I'm about to get off. But if like someone sees my video, like even like, you know, when I get ready to, like, when I actually leave, and they just be like, oh my gosh, I see your videos and now I believe I can do it. And oh, like if we like meet somewhere like overseas to have like some drinks and dinner, that would be cool. Can you imagine? Can you imagine me having influence? I always knew you could do it. It's about to be a party. I can't wait. I'm so giddy. I'm starting to sweat now. I am so excited. So it's not just being excited, but it's like also a little bit scary. And like I said, I was in the military and I was in the Navy. So, and I was overseas. So I can imagine what it feels like for someone who never left the States, for you to never like leave the States, or you only went to like, I guess, the surrounding islands or like territories or something like that. And yeah, I'm glad that I actually started doing this, because I procrastinated because I wanted to edit and I wanted to look like this. I wanted to be professional and like blah, blah, blah. I need a backdrop. I need this. I need that. Now, I feel better about it, because I already had like 10 views on my first video, and it's been 5 days off of a brand new channel. People see my face on a thumbnail and it was like, huh, I wonder what she has to say. All right, bye y'all.